Our bodies has always been speaking to us in its own way, not in words, but through feelings, sensations. Your body is trying to get your attention. The body expresses sometimes what our mind have yet to understand. It was speaking to you when something felt off in the relationship, that feeling in the pit of your stomach that wouldn't go away. When you got the new job, your body expressed it in how nervous or excited we were. Sometimes it slows down in the early stages of illness. But something shifts as we begin to heal, to awaken. The body begins to not just express, but communicate to us and shows us signs too. And our soul will use the body to send us messages. You know, when you're tired of being tired, that message. When it's time to surrender, you feel tired, but it's a deeper sense. It resonates in your body. Sometimes we're carrying painful memories that shows up as tension in the body, things that we need to release. But the body becomes a guide after awakening. You become more in tune, more aware, so you listen more. Before your body speaks to anything else, it speaks to you. It is your soul trying to get your attention. When you experience an awakening, it's not just a mental or an emotional shift. It deeply affects the body as well. Your actual physical body will start whispering, speaking in subtle ways, rejecting, realigning, echoing what our souls has been saying. For a while, the body doesn't lie because it doesn't have an agenda. It only reveals. It doesn't try to convince. It just communicates. And the more quiet we become, the more honest it gets. Having a spiritual experience changes your whole being. And most people overlook the changes in the body because you recognize in your awakening that you are not the body, you are more than the body, if that makes sense. So it's easy to overlook it. When I was younger, I did not listen to my body. I was always moving, always rushing, always reaching for something out there. And while I was chasing, and even chasing those other bodies, my body was speaking to me, but I wasn't listening. Sometimes that would manifest as certain sensation in the body. I was aware of it, but I didn't understand it. Even before I fully surrendered to my journey, my body was giving me signs. Your emotions and feelings are expressed through your body sometimes. That's why people use the term body language. But it runs much deeper than that. I feel like there's just the feeling, a feeling. Can't explain it more than that. A feeling that the more we become present, the more we begin to notice that your awakening experience also lives in your body. And sometimes it starts there. For some people, it started in the body, maybe through sickness, recovering, and in that moment when the body is sick and healing, you're healing as well because you're the realized self becomes much more observed. You might also notice how your body can signal misalignment. Now, I don't have all the answers. As a matter of fact, I know nothing. These are things I've sat with in the stillness and the silence, pondered. That's the reason why the name of the channel is Inner Pondering. And I don't have all the answers, just here to share with you what comes up, what arises in the heart. But I've lived through some of these signs, and maybe in sharing them, you'll find a little clarity in your own. Maybe you're one of those sensitive souls and you're confused about what you're experiencing and you don't know how to make sense of it. I recognize some individuals experience a more heightened sense of inner knowing, intuition. So one of the first thing I noticed was waking up the same exact time every night. So it was as if my body was an alarm clock that went off at a certain time. And at first, I tried to force myself back to sleep. Got to get up for work, there's things to do. But eventually I realized something deeper was happening. My body was signaling me, and it wasn't random, almost as if it was a call. And what I did, what I learned to do was just be still and listen. Yes, in those moments, I'm alone with myself. There's nothing there, nothing to reach for, nothing to choose, nothing pulling my attention. Just awareness, just presence. Not only does it affect your sleep pattern, but your dreams as well. Your soul speaks through dreams, shows you things through visions. And another thing I noticed, my sensitivity to energy intensified, really intensified. I'm not really a fan of crowded spaces. Some spaces, if you are not in tune with yourself, drains you because you lose yourself in those spaces. You lose yourself in those spaces. Some people, energy might feel off to you. And people can perform and pretend, but energy doesn't lie. And you're feeling that energy because it's trying to tell you what the situation is. You become more attuned to this, and your body picks up on those energy. But don't let whatever your body is picking up, I think I have to say this here, don't let whatever your body is picking up shape you Don't take shape to it. It should speak to you, but it shouldn't shape you. Once you start taking shape, you start absorbing. Sometimes I would feel this tingling in my head. It was like an alert. Maybe the energies in the room is not, maybe it's not good. Maybe I need to leave the space. It's like my body's an antenna tuning into frequencies that I used to ignore. And maybe that's the point. Not to tell you what you should be experiencing. No, I'm not here to tell you what you should be experiencing, but to remind you to tune into your body because it's speaking to you. Whether you are experiencing an awakening or in your healing, in a way, we should all be more aware of the language of the body. We become so distracted by time and schedules that we don't recognize that the body is also a time clock. Some people speak more than one language, but in a way, I would say my second language is my body. The younger generation says it's a vibe. But it's not just about the vibe or the vibration. It's more about what your soul is saying and not what the mind interprets it as. And maybe someone can relate to this. Even the way you dress can start to shift. When you start to heal spiritually, mentally, emotionally, it changes everything about you. There may be a shift in how you perceive your body. Certain clothes just don't feel right anymore. And this is not about fashion or judgment. It's about alignment. It's about how your body wants to be honored. If your body rejects it, it might not be for you. As your energy changes, your body becomes more attuned to the truth. At the same time, others will say, you have such a kind spirit. Your body starts reflecting your inner peace, your inner world. And that can become a threat to those who are not experiencing that. Your kindness becomes visible through your body. Your peace becomes your fragrance. And sometimes we make choices that aren't aligned, but your body doesn't fake energy. Your body tells the truth. If someone is operating in the lowest frequency, the lower self or the ego, however it resonates for you, and you're operating in the highest self, then you'll pick up on that. I remember once I accepted a job. I knew it wasn't aligned, but the fear of not being able to pay the bills was the space I was moving in. The fear of not having anyone to turn to So I accepted the job. And I can feel in my body it was rejecting. It's a, the, it's almost as if my body was saying no, no. And I still accepted that job and kept doing it. 3 weeks in, I broke down completely. And the thing about that experience is the lady that was training me started talking to me about some things she was going through. And I said a few words to her, and she said to me, I never forgot, "Are you sure this is what you should be doing?" My body was saying no. How many times have we done things that our soul, our souls don't agree with, and then our body begins to scream, literally. After 3 weeks, I quit. But after that, I felt this stinging sensation throughout my bodies for days. I felt a release, but I felt this stinging sensation, and it wasn't stress, it was clarity. My body was speaking loudly. This is not your path. And so here am I. Here I am, being sent. To you, who knows? My reminder to you, don't expect others to understand what your body is going through or saying to you. It's intimate. This journey is intimate. Know yourself. Be present. The more we get lost in the distraction, the more we get lost in the world. Although our bodies are speaking to us, we can't really hear. And I know it doesn't always make logical sense. Yes, your body might carry symptoms that feels like sickness, but feel into them. Not every ache is something physical. Sometimes it's your soul trying to speak, guiding, protecting you, or telling you something is not right. Listen. Sometimes you feel what others carry. You'll be around someone and suddenly feel heavy, anxious, or deeply sad. And it's not about absorbing the energy. That's your sensitivity opening up. Your body's reading pain that others haven't processed, maybe. And yes, there will be times when you carry weight for another soul and you'll feel the weight in your body, in your gut, in your chest. You might not even know whose pain it is, but you'll feel it. And one day it lifts. It might be like this for you. Your body becomes a vessel for healing, for truth, for honor. You don't just become sensitive spiritually, you become sensitive physically as well. And that sensitivity is a gift for some. The ego or our lower self can come into play here as well and have you using your sensitivity to manipulate. But be aware of this. Be aware of this. So if your body's changing, if it's reacting to people, places, emotion, be still. Be still. Don't take shape to it. Listen. Don't rush to label it. Let the conscious awareness within guide you. Whether you call it God, source, the spirit of truth, energy, whatever resonates for you, let awareness, the awareness within you, the awareness that was never born and it cannot die, let that be your guide. Let that awareness perfume you with understanding. Wisdom is all right. Knowledge is all right too. But we need understanding for both. We need understanding above all things. I thank you so much for sitting in with me today. And so if something touched your heart, drop a heart emoji in the comment. And remember, when something in your body starts to shift, don't let the mind interpret it. Just stay as the awareness. Don't rush to explain it. Just be still. Listen. Listen. And let the truth rise inside of you. Your soul is speaking through your body. The quieter you become, the more you will hear the language of your body.